So when you first go to the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app, you'll see it right there. I've already downloaded it. I'm going to hit open, and here we go. This is what we see. All right, and so I say allow while using app. Right, it's asking for all sorts of permissions. Do you want push notifications? Those are the morning. The only notifications you're going to get are somebody messaged you or the morning email or whatever time of day it is where you are. I say allow. You can read the terms and conditions. They're literally the least that we're allowed to ask for. A calculator asks for more, so I accept those. Hit submit. And now the first thing that comes up is a referral code. Does anybody have a referral code I can put in there? Because if you don't, you just hit no code.
I do.
All right, go ahead. Hit me.
45342.
45342. Done.
Yep.
Submit. Okay. And now we're in the app, and here we are.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow, that's
so
pretty easy.
You'll eventually, at some point, the next time you open up your app, there's a little bit of a delay. You'll get notification, and your icon will change. We'll get into all that. So let's before we get into all the basic settings, it's going to go straight to Friend Finder, which is the handshake up in the corner there. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. So I handshake, and the first thing it does is ask you for a username. That username can be anything. I'm just going to put in DITRH.
Deep
Boom.
inside the rabbit hole.
Done. And then below that, we have it shows different meters, how many users are within. Now that doesn't limit the number of users the app's going to see. It just draws a circle around you. I like choosing 50 kilometers, and I hit save. And on the top, we got normal, airplane, and terrain. I like the airplane mode, just a little more contrasty for me. And because I'm in such a populated area, it takes a little while to fill up. So we have different color dots on here, as you notice. Orange are people that have just downloaded the app within the last 60 days. If you see a head, a chat icon in there, or a chat head, I call it, that means that person has filled out their profile. So if I click on, I'm going to click on one, and you can see we got Mary, and I could click on her profile, and here's information about Mary that she wants to share with people. Whoops. There we go. Hit the back. It's gone. Tap on the screen. It goes away. I could message her. You guys, if you look on the bottom right, you can button up. That's my 50 kilometers. I have 376 people. It was 140 when I went to Oktoberfest last.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
More than doubled.
Genius.
I recommend people. Some people have been sending out messages, like, hey, I'm not getting many responses. And they're sending out messages that are just not flat earth related, like they're other things. I say save your messages for flat earth specific stuff. Doing a meetup, trying to meet up with people, send out a message. And you could also put in a contact email or phone number if you want people to have it. And, that way, if they're not subscribers, they can get back to you. You can't send messages unless you're a subscriber.
Can you move that circle around? That radius? Can you move it around?
No,
Brian's asking if he can move that around.
Yeah, I thought about asking that, but then that's just going to give people the ability to spam the entire world with messages. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to do it. The only way to move the circle is to move yourself.
Good point.
Right? So, third button up is...
So you can't... Okay, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I could zoom out a little bit.
You basically just answered it.
I could zoom out, and then you're going to see a second circle appear as I go out a little bit. See that second circle? That is basically the only area that's going to fill in with dots, because any bigger, the processing time takes even longer. So those are people, and then as I move, that circle will move with me, and my 50-kilometer circle will not move. Right?
Okay.
So if you're trying to explore, it's a little difficult. Like if I go over, now I have to wait. I want to see if there's anybody there. and it takes a moment. Some areas will load faster than others. Like if I went over to India, it loads up in a second because there's only a few people over there. But if you want to see what it's really going on, bottom left underneath the flag, where the counter is, that's the worldwide counter of registered Friend Finder users. If you tap that, up comes a web-based version where you can zoom out much farther. It doesn't load all the data. So if you're looking to see, hey, is there anybody up in Alaska?
I know, man. It's wild to look at, right?
Yeah. So you can zoom out and kind of look around the world more, a lot easier. Then you go back.
Someone at the North Pole, right?
We got someone in Antarctica.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And that's
so another thing that's going to
happen.
Yeah, another thing that's going to happen though, right now, if you change phones, we've been having an issue where it leaves your old dot there if you don't delete the app first.
Oh,
right? And a lot of people aren't going to know that. So coming on the next version, the next time you log into your Friend Finder, it's going to ask you to set up a username and password. The username.
That's what just happened to me.
Yeah, it's going to be very simple. Just username is an email address. If you don't want to use your real email address, make up an email address. It doesn't matter. The only problem with that is if you forget your password, we have no place to email you. So the reason we do that is this way if you lose your phone, you change your phone, whatever, it'll get rid of the old dot. And the other one is for the referral program, it'll transfer all your referrals to whatever phone you go to as long as you use the same account. Make sense?
So is there some kind of use by date? Is there an expiration for your account if you don't use it in a certain number of?
No.
Okay.
Your account is just your login. That way, and people are like, well, I don't want to log in. Well, don't just make a fake email address and remember your password, and that's it. It's just username and password.
Real quick, one more time with the circle
Say that again?
thing. Say, I just want to say one more question with Radius. Is there a way, say, okay, I'm living here, but I want to throw a meetup at a park down the street. Can I pinpoint that park, create a radius, and send out a text from the meetup being the center? Is there a way to do that? Or would I have to physically go there and then do it?
Yeah, you have to physically go there or message somebody there. And we're going to get into that on how to find active people. Message someone and ask them to send it out for you and kind of like daisy chain it to a whole area.
That's cool.
So message them, then get them on email, change phone numbers, call them up on the phone, exchange your ideas, have somebody work with you, and it works out great. So,
well, yeah, that's what I've done with this app. It's just been enough to exchange the phone numbers, and then we go from there.
Right,
and it's been great. It's epic.
That's everything, man.
Yeah, so there's lots of ways around that. On the right, third on the bottom is the profile. Hit that. A lot of people don't know it's there. Up comes your profile, add a picture, add any information you want, add your socials, your relationship status, you're looking for work, not looking for work, put whatever you want in there. And that way when people, go, they can check you out. People are, as you guys know, they're using it to find work, to find new friends, to find new partners, or just to...
Yeah, Christy says we need a dating app, and this is one. This is literally creating babies and stuff,
It absolutely is. And if you think about it, every single dot you see on the screen, you have more in common with that person, male or female, than any other site that could hook you up with somebody.
100%.
Right?
100%.
It's so amazing that there's really nobody on there that you're gonna that you're not gonna like. And they're like, you're my new best friend. So
it's amazing.
Even if it's not a romantic interest, it's a friend for life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
male,
real.
female, whatever. So that's cool. And then the other thing is on the upper left, if you the big dot up there, that mine has a shrimp in it. If I tap that, that shows you that's how you guys will see me on there. Mine will have a shrimp in it. All right. And that's because I have 17 referrals. Because 17 people put in my code 51518. Most of them were, because I put that in a video, and everyone's like, oh, I might as well use that code. So when you're looking at the screen and you're like, hey, Austin, you're trying to do a meetup, and you're like, who can I get to help me? You see somebody that's a shark or a whale or even a shrimp. You're like, all right, this person is a serious flat earther. they're active in helping spreading the word, I want to contact that person.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like
and there's
this
all
idea
different ways
a
to
lot.
share it. You can just give them the code number on the bottom. If I hit the little sharing icon, I can send it to Instagram. I could save the image. If I hit save image, save image, and allow access to photos. And so now in my photos,
Oh, perfect.
I have this image, and I could email that to people. I could text that to people.
That
has my code on it.
That's great.
Throw it on, throw it on, I don't know, whatever social media platform you want, and spread it out there. You can even print them out, whatever you want.
And so one more time, show us, how did you get to that referral code?
So on the upper left-hand corner of the map screen, next to the back arrow, there's a big dot.
So you have to be in the friend finder, right?
Yep.
So you have to be in the friend finder to get your referral code, and then at the upper left of the map screen.
Right, and that dot at first will either be orange or blue, depending on how long you've been on the friend finder. And then as soon as you do one referral, you're going to be blue with a shrimp. And then it'll go up from there, and you follow up.
Now, I've had it for a while. It's showing me orange because I'm logging in new, but this is it right here.
Yep. Shrimp. I'm just a little shrimp in the pond.
It's all right. It's okay. And you know what?
I just want to let you know I have been putting in a lot of work. It might say I'm a shrimp, but I've been throwing this, bro. They all got dragged.
There's no doubt you're a whale, my friend.
I'm just
a
whale
for sure.
Thank you.
And I will have the ability, if somebody I didn't log in and I had this number, I could see how many you had on your old account, and we could transfer them to new until we have this whole login thing set up. As far as tracking you in real time, right now I have my approximate location on. You see that red ring around the second from the top right, and that means my approximate. If I hit the top button, it's going to ask me, "Are you sure you want to reveal your exact location?" And I say, "You know what? Don't show me that again." And I say yes, and the screen will relocate me. It's actually going to reload me, probably right where I am. When you move, it's not going to update you maybe for days, okay, which is done intentionally. If you want to update your position, on the top right, you have the three buttons up there. You got the gear, the target, and the location. You double tap the target, and it brings you right to your exact location, wherever you are. So if you're going somewhere, you just got to Oktoberfest or whatever, double tap your location, or you're stopping at a rest stop on the way to Flattoberfest, double tap that and see if there's anyone else at that rest stop. And it shows you right where you are.
Okay,
I'm so glad you just went over that, because I was just going through those buttons the other night and still trying to. What's this one?
If I have a message, it's a little one badge will show up on the bottom right where the little message thing is. And if I get out of the app, back to the main screen, under the time on the upper left, we have messaging, and then there's another one which is it looks like email with a down arrow. That is not for you guys to send messages. It's just incoming messages. Like if I have an important update for all Android users or all app users or whatever, I can send out a message to everybody every dot. So that's all that's for. So if you see a message next to that, there's some important announcement. I think I've only done it once when I needed everybody to update to make the friend finder, to make an adjustment on it. So if I click the messaging, it brings me to my messaging, and mine's going to take a moment to load. We're also there's a bunch.
Are you going to need a profile to send messages? Are you going to need a profile?
Well,
set
so
up?
Here's the thing. The app is $3, and if you want to, you can receive messages, but you can't reply to them unless you are a subscriber, which is $11 a year. Okay, and people that are Apple makes us do it where it auto renews. What I tell people is, I don't like things that auto renew. Whenever I want to sign up for something that's like that, I sign up, and then I put an alarm in my calendar for a month before or a week before saying so and so is going to auto renew next week. Also, Apple and Google Play will email you a few days prior telling you that it's about to auto renew, give you the option to quit or not. So here are my messages, 1, 2, 3. If I open up one of them, there's the message. If you tap on the actual type, it comes into bigger. It gets bigger, so easier to read. Okay? If somebody sent you a message and there's a web link in there that is not active or an email address, copy the whole thing, send it to yourself in an email or whatever. Okay. So if I swipe sideways, I can block or delete, right? And if I swipe and I can hit block or delete, I'll say delete. I'm sure. Yes, delete it. And then it goes away. Got it?
I got a question. Someone on Rockfin says, sorry.
Yeah, I got a question too after you're done.
He says, for the radius, will the number include people that are not showing the dot on the map as well?
The radius will only include people that dots are active. Right? So let's talk about that. If I go into the friend finder.
Speaking of which, that was my next question is how do I change the size of that radius? Because once I've picked that one.
Yeah, so the gear wheel on the upper to the right of the terrain.
Gotcha.
Hit the gear wheel, and then it says 50, 10 kilometers.
Yes.
500 meters. And then there's also 100 kilometers, which is grayed out. That's supposed to become active after you're a subscriber for 6 months. And I'm also going to have the ability, if somebody's been, hey, I just got a new phone, whatever, I'll be able to activate them. I'll be able to activate them sooner. But there's really, there's not a whole lot of reason, unless you're trying to, spam people, to send things out 100 kilometers. I think it's a bit far, but, if you're doing a big meetup, then maybe it is worth it.
Oh, yeah. He said, well, yeah, you answered that any of the registered dots are going to show anyone who's signed up, right?
Right. So,
and what did you say it was again for the users that are orange dots? How long do they have to be?
60 days.
That means they're new within less than 60 days. At the end of 60 days, they'll be light blue. Or if they get one referral, they're immediately going to become a shrimp, which is light blue.
Or if they subscribe, right? Or they subscribe to be an orange dot, you have to subscribe.
No, absolutely not. The dots are on there. You do not need to subscribe. Right now, there's 3 things that subscribing gets you. 1, it gets you the ability to send messages. It gives you the ability to view other people's profiles. You can't view someone's profile unless you're a subscriber. That keeps the trolls away. And you can't fill out your own profile. Also, on the main map screen, a lot of people don't know this. On the upper right, where the weather is, if you tap that, it brings you to a great weather site, which is Dark Sky, and shows you, very detailed forecasts, and there's no ads. It's a great weather app, and it comes with the app.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, any more questions on the friend finder? What do you guys think of? I might consider doing even larger radius for people that reach certain levels. Like if you become a shark, maybe you can go 200 kilometers.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Totally.
Or like a global chat, or maybe if you wanted
to,
and maybe just some idea, but like, groups of chats that you could do for certain areas, like East Coast chat, Midwest chat, global chat, America chat.
Yeah, I thought about that, but what
FEMA regions?
They're just creating Telegram groups, which is way more efficient.
Oh,
right?
That's great.
Yeah, so if you have a group of people, message out and send them a Telegram link. Hey, we're having a meetup. Join this Telegram group to stay up to date. Bam! It's way more efficient than messaging on the app. So that's what I recommend people do.
And you can't see a profile unless you have one set up, right? So
correct.
There's a lot of people who are even putting I've seen some people putting their phone number in the spot on the profile? Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
you can put your phone number in there. You can put whatever you want in there, and you know, you're going out to a good group of people. I don't think there's any trolls that are subscribing because they'd have to pay $10 a year.
Right.
$10 a year. Can you
Money.
tell me what you can get for $10 a year? How about this?
A lot of flat Earth
All
friends.
All of the people
that's for sure.
that you refer. This is what I'm gonna thinking of adding if people like it. You can group message all of them. So let's say you were traveling around the world, you referred people all over the place, you got 10, 50, 100, 1,000, whatever. You can hit your referral list and send a group message out. Is that useful?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, for sure.
Ask them about their...
you
Go ahead.
Well, you can just keep in touch with them. You know, you can see how the progress is doing and all that, you know?
Right. Something like if I, had a whole bunch of people that got the app, I could send them a message saying, hey, how's it going? You know, here's a new video that came out that I think you guys would like, and send it to them.
Right.
I might also do it where you can pick referrals by time, like dates. Like, hey, all the referrals that I got in April, I want to send them a message.
Yeah, I like that. This is so if I was waking up to Flat Earth now, like, because when I did it a couple years ago, it was, okay, I need to find other people like this. Let me go shoot a bunch of friend requests out to people on Facebook I don't even know, and then hopefully some of them aren't crazy, right? So yeah, now it's different now. Now you can give someone this app, and because I've built so many relationships with people, and I've watched my fellow Flat Earth friends, my Flat Earth family grow and learn, and it would just be so much easier to interact and keep in touch with those kind of people with this system, instead of weeding out all the trolls that you got to deal with on Facebook when you're just trying to find a fellow like-minded friend when you come across this truth. So, like, look at that. Just looking at that picture alone, I was up in the mountains this past weekend with James, and we were up there talking about how much energy we were emitting from the mountain. And then Vinny, Free Flow, looks up, he pulls up your app, come to find out the whole mountain's riddled with blue dots. We're all emitting this freaking energy. We're feeling all the energy from all these flat earthers. It was amazing when he pulled that up. Like, we're not alone, man. We're everywhere.
I love it. We're hitting critical mass. So another thing on the location. So you can reveal your exact location. You could say approximate location, which is up to 5 miles from where you actually are. It'll randomly put you somewhere. So it also, like, hey, I'm in town and I go down the road. It's not going to update my position unless I tell it to. Okay. And then also, I believe on Android also, but Apple has a thing in your settings that says whenever you show my location, never show my exact location. So you could have Apple mask your location. You could have the app mask your location, and it doesn't update you as you move. I would never choose to use this to track somebody because it's the worst thing ever. And then the other thing is,
that's the dumbest thing to be worried about personally.
Yeah. I'm just saying. But you know what? I get it. In today's time, tracking. I get it. I'm not doing anything bad. But I made it so it's horrible at tracking on purpose by design. And then you could also turn it off. Third button down on the right, hit that. It turns you off. It removes your dot, and you're gone until you turn it back on. Right? Good.
Yes, sir.
No, it's amazing. I mean, I like staying nice and bright, and having people being able to get in touch with me is a beautiful thing. Any other flat earthers out there that need to reach out? Mine's THC Show on the app. Is my name and profile. I just made it THC Show.
I really been using this for, it's the initial interaction, like that connection, and then. This is more of a flat smacking tool I use more than to reach out. But when I do reach out, it's the exchange the numbers, and then boom, we're getting into texting each other. But I've pulled this out so many times, dude. So many times.
When I'm if I'm going somewhere across country, whatever, and I'm stopping somewhere for the night, bam, I'll look and go, hey, there's flat earthers in this restaurant, in this bar, or wherever.
Yeah,
you know,
dude,
and then you can meet random people. It's phenomenal. So looking at my chat list here, you'll notice on the left there's which I call a chat head to the left. One of them's grayed out, and two of them are not grayed out. That button reveals the user's location, but if I send a message to somebody, to a group, I'll have, and on the group message tab, which is on the right, I'll have, if I send it out to 340 people, I'll have 340 threads, individual threads, and they'll all be grayed out. Only when somebody replies to you can you actually find their location. So if I hit the location, the chat head of the top one, it'll put me on the map and show me where they are.
See, I just called it out of mine, and people are messaging me that live near me now.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep.
Because just before the show, you were saying, "Man, there's no one near me."
And also, that's just great. People be careful. You know, when you send a message out, we're all inundated with messages. You know, and send a message out, send it once, make it a good one. Include your email, your phone number, whatever you want. Make the message, it's something that everyone's interested in. Like if you're saying, hey, I'm having a gaming meeting, I don't know how many flat earthers are going to be interested in that. So kind of just keep it on topic.